In this video, I wanted to go over the article that we made in the HTML version, and I just wanted to kind of put it in Joomla, and I wanted to give you a context of a lot of these HTML rules that you're learning, how you can apply them in a CMS. In this case, I'm going to use Joomla. Of course, it also applies to WordPress and Drupal as well, because they have WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get editors. But we're going to go through really quick and just look at an editor. And you're probably familiar with this if you're using CMS, but maybe you haven't ever actually looked at the HTML code it's generating. So I just want to kind of go over these principles that we've learned in the context of a CMS. So I'm going to go to the administrator site, and I actually already have this article opened up so we can edit it. And again, I'm using Joomla, but this is the same thing for WordPress or Drupal. I'm using the standard Joomla WYSIWYG editor here, which frankly is horrible and doesn't work very well, but most people are familiar with using it. WordPress has a little better standard editor than Joomla does. But the basics are here that we want to look over right now. So the first thing is, if you were to paste in a document like this, you would have to go through, and you're probably familiar with this, and say, okay, this is the header, the main title, so I want to make that an H1. And let's see, I want to make this, he has a good job outside. I want to make that a link, so I'll click the link here, and I'll type in, I'm just going to goof around, type in joomla.org. Okay, there's my link. I want to put in that image, so let me put that image over here. And it's images, I think it was wall.jpg, can't really remember. Alignment, let's move it over to the left. We don't want a border on it for this case. So, okay, there's a big old image right there. So that's probably how you're familiar with doing it if you're using WordPress and Drupal or Joomla. But now let's look at the HTML part of it. So in the HTML, now you can see what I did was, when I highlighted that, I wrapped it in an H1 tag. When I stuck this image down there, you can see I put it in here. Here's that image I actually stuck in here, the same way that we created it manually. And here's that link we created, that hrefjoomla.org. He has a good job outside. So we're using the WYSIWYG to quickly write the HTML. Now you might say, now Rick, why in the world would I need to learn HTML if I can use a what you see is what you get editor? Well, if you've been using anything like this for some time, you'll find out that a lot of times WYSIWYG editors write bad HTML code. In this case, because they're simple examples, inserting an image and wrapping H1 tag and creating a link, it's writing good code. But a lot of times what you'll see is, you'll see lots and lots and lots here. I'll give you an example. If someone hits enter too many times, or they don't know it, you'll see lots and lots and lots of things like that, because someone's hitting enter, or they put something in wrong, and there'll be lots of that stuff in your code, which is really, really bad. It's bad from a standard standpoint. It's bad from a Google standpoint, because it adds bloat. It adds extra things to your page that aren't necessary and are irrelevant for Google when they're scanning your page. And it's just bad all around to do. So that's it for this little tutorial here. I hope you understand that now, with the knowledge of HTML, you can write a whole lot better articles and content, modules, all sorts of things like that, because now you know what is going on behind the scenes when you're creating articles using a WYSIWYG.